Welcome to this video on forgiveness theories. Forgiveness is a complex and often difficult process that many of us face at some point in our lives. Whether we have been hurt by a loved one, experienced betrayal or loss, or made mistakes ourselves, forgiveness can be a powerful tool for healing and growth. In this video, we will explore some of the major theories of forgiveness that have been proposed by psychologists and other experts. These theories can help us better understand the process of forgiveness and provide insights into the factors that contribute to it. We will discuss theories such as the decision-based model of forgiveness, which proposes that forgiveness is a conscious choice, and the reach model of forgiveness, which suggests that forgiveness involves a series of steps such as empathy and commitment. We will also look at the transgression-related interpersonal motivations model, which suggests that forgiveness is motivated by a desire to repair relationships, and the attachment injury model of forgiveness, which emphasizes the role of attachment styles in forgiveness. By the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of the various theories of forgiveness and how they can be applied to your own life. Whether you are struggling to forgive someone else, seeking forgiveness for your own actions, or simply interested in the psychology of forgiveness, we hope that this video will provide useful insights and information. So, let's get started. The decision-based model of forgiveness is a theory proposed by psychologist Everett Worthington that suggests that forgiveness is a deliberate decision that we make, rather than simply a feeling or emotion that arises naturally. According to this model, forgiveness involves several key steps. Acknowledging the hurt. The first step in the decision-based model is to recognize and acknowledge the hurt that was caused. This may involve accepting the emotions that come with the experience, such as anger, sadness, or frustration. Accepting responsibility for our own reactions. The second step is to take responsibility for our own reactions to the hurt. This means recognizing that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our own response. Making a decision to forgive. The third step is to make a conscious decision to forgive. This decision is based on a rational evaluation of the situation and a desire to move forward in a positive way. Working on forgiveness. The fourth step is to actively work on forgiving the person who caused the harm. This may involve practicing empathy, letting go of negative emotions, and reframing the situation in a more positive light. Maintaining forgiveness. The final step is to maintain the forgiveness over time. This may involve ongoing effort and a commitment to letting go of negative emotions and maintaining a positive attitude. The decision-based model emphasizes that forgiveness is a choice that we can make, rather than a passive reaction to the actions of others. While forgiveness can be a difficult and complex process, this model suggests that by making a conscious decision to forgive, we can take control of our own emotions and move forward in a positive way. The reach model of forgiveness is a forgiveness theory developed by psychologists Laurent Toussaint and Frederick Luskin. The name REACH is an acronym that stands for the 5 key steps involved in the forgiveness process. Recall the hurt. The first step in the REACH model is to recall the hurt or offense that was committed. This involves being honest with yourself about the impact that the offense had on you and how it made you feel. Empathize with the person who hurt you. The second step is to try to understand the perspective of the person who hurt you. This does not mean excusing their behavior, but rather recognizing that they are a flawed human being who made a mistake. Altruistic gift of forgiveness. The third step is to give the gift of forgiveness to the person who hurt you, even if they have not asked for it or may not deserve it. This can be a difficult step, but it is important for your own emotional well-being. Commit to forgiveness. The fourth step is to make a commitment to forgive and to let go of any negative emotions that you are still holding on to. This involves a willingness to work on forgiveness and to let go of any grudges or resentment. Hold on to forgiveness. The final step is to hold on to forgiveness over time. This means continuing to work on forgiveness, even if it is difficult, and avoiding the temptation to hold on to negative emotions or seek revenge. The REACH model emphasizes that forgiveness is a process that requires effort and commitment, but it can ultimately lead to emotional healing and greater well-being. By recalling the hurt, empathizing with the person who hurt you, giving an altruistic gift of forgiveness, committing to forgiveness, and holding on to forgiveness over time, You can work towards letting go of negative emotions and moving forward in a positive way. The transgression-related interpersonal motivations, TRIM, model of forgiveness is a theory of forgiveness that focuses on the social and relational aspects of the forgiveness process. The TRIM model was developed by psychologist Julie Exline and her colleagues, and it suggests that forgiveness is motivated by several key interpersonal motivations. According to the TRIM model, there are 5 main motivations that drive forgiveness. The first is relationship repair. The desire to repair or maintain a positive relationship with the person who caused the harm. The second is revenge avoidance. The desire to avoid the negative consequences of seeking revenge or retaliating against the person who caused the harm. The third is empathy. The ability to understand and empathize with the person who caused the harm, and to see their perspective. The fourth is altruism. The desire to help or benefit the person who caused the harm, even if they do not deserve it. The last is self-esteem. The desire to feel good about oneself, by forgiving or by maintaining a sense of moral superiority over the person who caused the harm. The TRIM model suggests that these interpersonal motivations can vary in importance from person to person and from situation to situation. For example, some people may be more motivated by the desire for relationship repair, while others may be more motivated by empathy or self-esteem. The TRIM model also emphasizes the role of emotions in the forgiveness process. According to this model, emotions such as anger, sadness, and empathy play a crucial role in motivating forgiveness and guiding the decision-making process. The attachment injury model of forgiveness is a forgiveness theory developed by psychologist Everett Worthington. This model suggests that our attachment styles, or our typical ways of relating to others in close relationships, can influence our ability to forgive. The attachment injury model of forgiveness suggests that people who have a secure attachment style, characterized by trust, open communication, and a belief in the reliability of others, are more likely to forgive than those with an insecure attachment style, such as an anxious or avoidant attachment style. This is because individuals with a secure attachment style are more likely to view the relationship with the offender as valuable and worth repairing, and are more likely to engage in open communication and conflict resolution. The model also suggests that forgiveness is influenced by the nature of the injury that was caused. Specifically, Worthington proposes that there are 3 types of injuries that can occur in a relationship: injustice, neglect, and abuse. Injustice involves a specific and tangible harm, such as theft or infidelity. Neglect involves a failure to fulfill a relational obligation, such as neglecting to spend time with a partner. Abuse involves intentional and repeated actions that cause physical or emotional harm. According to the attachment injury model of forgiveness, the type of injury that occurred can influence the difficulty of forgiveness. Injustice and neglect can be more easily forgiven than abuse, which can be particularly difficult to forgive due to the intentional nature of the harm. Overall, the attachment injury model of forgiveness suggests that our attachment styles and the type of injury that occurred can play a role in shaping our ability to forgive. By understanding these factors, individuals can work towards greater insight and understanding in the forgiveness process, and potentially work towards greater healing and reconciliation in their relationships.